Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, well, look here, we are winding down the 2020 exploring season in Nevada.
Wow, and what a great one it was, huh?
It was.
A ton of laughs, a bunch of tension and scary stuff. But wow.
It has been a fantastic summer, to say the least. I mean, there's no way that the places we explored or the things that I did last summer can even compare to how cool this one was.
Well, and on an evening like this evening, after we did what we did today, and then we're all cleaned up, sitting by the fire, and we get to talk about what we did this summer, but we also get to talk about what we're doing after we leave here, which is like in a few days. I just came to the realization that it's like I'm getting ready to go on vacation with his coolness. That's what he makes us call him off camera.
Well, I want it to be Sir Coolness, but I haven't been knighted. So
all right, tell him, Gly.
His coolness is just fine. Anyways, all joking aside, yeah, I wanted to sit down and just chat a little bit about some of the places, some of the just awesome things and cool places that we explored this summer. And I would have to say that my favorite of all the mines that I've been in, the Sullivan mine, 600 feet into the bottom of that shaft, was the craziest thing and the most fun adventure I had all summer long.
It scared me and worried me. It gave me more concern than any of his other stunts that he's pulled. You know, because sometimes when you're an old guy, you have to know your limitations. And I tapped out at 120 feet on that one. Maybe I'm making it up, but it certainly seemed like we were kicking rocks all over one another and such. And it just didn't look. I knew I wasn't going to make it out of 600 feet. We went 200 or 335 feet in a man way last year, and I was lucky to get out from it. I'm in better shape now, but
yeah, it was how can I put this? Well, here, let me show you guys why I decided to do the 600-foot Sullivan mine, because before we did that one, Randy and I here found a mine that wasn't too far away that only went down 100 feet, and that was the one where I found all these dead animals, and that video is the most popular one on the channel right now. Let me show you guys. Take a look. Boy, Randy, there's a whole lot of death down here. There's dead jackrabbits all over. Look at here, guys. Look at all we got 1, 2, 3, 4 dead jackrabbits. That's looking pretty solid. Oh, that is just damn creepy right there. Look at what's right there, guys. Yeah, what a creepy looking mine shaft. Yeah, that was just, wasn't that creepy down there? Well, Randy didn't get to go with me.
Well, I stayed up at the top there.
Yeah, you stayed at the top, but I have never seen that many dead animals in a mine before, especially the coyote, the multiple, it was crazy. So after we did that video, I was talking to Randy and I was like, you know, that was pretty darn cool. Are you ready to do a big one? And he's like, how big? I'm like, let's go do the Sullivan mine, because that one was 600 feet. And we talked about that mine and talked about it because there were so many things that could have potentially got me hurt in that mine. Everything from broken ladders to broken terraces to climbing myself right down into a bubble of bad air. I mean, all of that was on the table. So we kind of rehearsed the whole thing safety-wise over and over, and then we pulled the trigger that one day.
That's when we realized that UHF radios will not work in a mine for more than maybe 100 feet.
That's the other thing. Yep.
That's also where we realized that if you bang on the pipe up top with a rock, which I started doing, I started going, shaving a haircut and waiting, and somebody tapped back 5 cents. And so it was really funny to see the comments that people thought it was Tommy knockers or something.
That's right.
But at least I knew that Gly was alive down there. You know, I could look down through the top, and I could see every once in a while when he'd come back by the shaft portal and continue on the other way. I'd see a little flash of light, and then he'd disappear. I didn't get to see any of it.
And
until he came out with that episode, and it was spooky. Watch it.
It was spooky down in there. It really was. But it was pure coincidence that he banged on that pipe when I was standing there drinking that iced tea down there. That was pure coincidence.
27-year-old iced tea.
Yummy. I was so thirsty. I mean, I had water with me. I knew it was good, so I downed it. You know, what's the worst that could happen? You know,
brain damage.
So besides the Sullivan mine, what was your favorite this summer?
Well, you know, I've been thinking about that because I'm really torn between several, but the most poignant one was the Silver Souls.
Silver
mine.
Souls.
You know, and
yeah,
that one there, because the whole time that we were in there and filming, you think I'm out of my mind, but when you go that way, you leave something behind there, and I at least that's the way I see it.
Yeah, I'd be lying if I didn't say that mine kind of had an aura around it. You know, I'm not big on the whole ghosts and paranormal thing. You guys know that, and that's why you don't see any of it in my videos. But there was definitely, for me, I guess the best way I can explain it is that mine had a aura of tragedy around it. Here, let me show you guys. Take a look. From this point forward, we are entering the miner's tomb. Let me point out some more important features of this section of the mine. You'll notice that all of the wood bracing you see there before you is just kind of haphazardly put into place or nailed into place. It almost has the appearance as though they were in a big rush to try and support their way through this debris field, and that's why they were nailing in timbers in every which direction to try to keep all of that debris from falling down on the rescuers. You have to think of this section as burrowing in underneath a really loose debris field, and that's why it looks the way that it does. Yeah, that was...
And to imagine how frantic those guys were when they were poking that other portal that they cut into it. Yeah,
you can clearly see that they were frantic because they used every bit and piece and scrap of wood trying to tunnel their way through that Y branch, because you know every foot that they worked forward, stuff kept falling down on them. I mean, guys, imagine trying to tunnel into the bottom of a pile of gravel and not have it keep falling in on you. That's what they were trying to do, and that's why those two branches looked the way that they did. And, you know, a certain amount of time passed by. Unfortunately, it turned into a big tragedy. So, but yeah, that was a pretty neat mine. Randy, what was yours favorite this summer?
I liked them all, but the Cinnabar mine was probably one of my most memorable ones. I enjoyed exploring that mine.
And
variety.
Randy found a couple of nice specimens of cinnabar in that mine. Let me show you that clip right now. Take a look at this. You know, I always like to chuck my backpack in first, because if there's going to be any snakes right there, and then that's where they're going to be. Come on in, guys. The pool is fine. Before I can get underneath that. Here. Oh, that's a heavy rock. To make it safe for everybody. All right. Move that one. Okay. There we go. Now, this is where the epic music should come in. Look at look at the size of that stove.
Wow. Come on, Randy.
Look at that.
That's insane.
That's as big as a house. So Randy here found some cinnabar right there.
It's like a deposit, maybe hydrothermal, inside the rock.
You know, and there was another really funny thing that Mr. M here always teases me about. about that mine. He calls it my, what, gorilla something or another?
It's a gorilla move. Gly clearly does the gorilla move. He'll like pick up a big iron bar and run over and start busting stuff out so he can get at some ore. And the best one was when he smashed his thumb. Watch how he mans up. I'm standing there filming him, watching him. He clearly smashes his thumb between a rock and a hard place.
Oh, wait. Let me show you guys real quick. We were in Orban Valley trying to get a beautiful specimen of limonite to put up on the eBay channel. Check this out.
Watch that one.
That's okay.
One above it.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll keep an eye on it. Don't you worry. Be the first time that I've had rocks fall on my face. Okay.
Are we good? So this is the one I just pointed out.
That's the first one. Okay. Right there. Looks like I'm not even going to need my mallet for this one. Look at that. Beautiful. See how that limonite just pops right out of there? Woohoo! Nice. Oh, look at the crystals. Look at that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that really hurt.
Anyway, I'm telling you, that thing swelled up and turned purple underneath the nail for months, but he manned up, not a peep.
Well, I was on camera, you know.
He was.
I was on camera and I didn't want to make a face when I did it, but boy, oh boy, between cuts, I was like, owie, owie, owie. That hurt really bad the rest of the day.
That was something. He took the cut and I said, how's your thumb feel? Anyway, that happens.
Boy, we have a lot of fun going out to all these different sites. I can't even begin to tell you how many miles we drove this summer. Geez, thousands.
What was the one with the really deep 400-foot incline shaft?
The 400-foot incline.
Where I hung out, we went in on the 200 level.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Silver Souls?
I guess maybe I am.
I think you're thinking of Silver Souls. That was the one where we found, or I found the mucker and all that in the bottom. The one that really whooped your butt big time. He was crying like a little girl.
Which one?
That was the Admiral Ward mine.
Yeah, deep in the bowels of the Admiral Ward mine.
Let me show you this clip, guys. Check it out.
It seems like we're going downhill at a pretty steep incline. And I'm just hippity hopping along. Remember, I'm old. And every step I take this way is one step I also have to take back the other way.
That's true.
That's all. That's how my mind, my thought processes work. That's all, Gly. I know yours don't work that way.
Yeah, having to climb back uphill is going to be a real chore, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll just take our time.
Yeah.
Okay, but in my defense, I'm 64 years old. It was 4,000 feet up an incline like that. That's the one where we sapped Randy and carrying that big hunk of pyrite out.
Yeah, Randy ended up carrying that large piece of pyrite you saw in that episode, and that piece of pyrite helped buy the channel another camera that we needed. And here in these recent episodes, you guys have been seeing a lot of the new in-cab stuff we've been doing, okay? And that money went directly to those cameras. And as soon as I had it in my possession, over the last couple episodes, you guys, that's why you've been seeing us do all this really cool in-cab, video stuff. And we've been having a lot of fun with that, I gotta tell you.
Yeah, we got hours and hours and hours of laughs on that stuff. And Gly's giving it to you piecemeal.
Yeah, I have so much good stuff. Okay, so much, because when you're out, when the three of us are out and about, I mean, the laughs never stop. I've got mountains of funny B-roll, and then I try to throw some of the best stuff at you guys at the end of the credits, every single video. But yeah, there was something about see, Randy's from Idaho. And there's potatoes and what was it?
Right. We've been working on him all summer. Where's the potato go, Randy?
Potato goes in your front.
He's still not getting it right.
He's still not getting it right. We've been coaching him and training him all summer long.
Right.
Yes.
We're even thinking of, branding the name. The potato goes in the front. We have to constantly remind him. That's probably Gly's hardest production thing that he has to overcome.
Oh, sometimes it's hard to even edit because I'm sitting there going through those clips and I'm just rolling. I mean, I'm laughing. So expect a lot more of that, guys. So watch the videos all the way to the very end. I'll be sure to throw something funny in that we've done or bloopers or whatever not. But we're having a lot of fun with that.
That was terrible.
Yeah. Oh, so where are we? Where are we going from here? Well, let me tell you. So this is going to be the last weekend episode for this summer. And after this, the three of us are headed to Arizona, and we're going to get base camp established. And we've got a lot of stuff that we've got to do. We've got to get set up down there, okay? There's a bunch of new equipment, camera equipment arriving. There's some new scenes that need to be created, et cetera, all for this winter's 2020 and 2021 exploring season. So I'm going to get an episode out to you guys this weekend, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that here in a little bit. But the following weekend, I'm not going to 100% promise I'll be able to get an episode to you guys because we have so much to do, okay? And it's not just all the new equipment setups and whatnot and the new intros, but I've got something that I'm working on with Mr. M here, okay? We've already alluded to that we're starting a new channel. He's starting a new channel, and I'm helping him out with it. Okay, I don't want to get too much more unless you want to have something to say about it.
Well, indeed I am. It's a different show than Gly's show. It's not going to be real long, but I believe it's going to be it's an interesting, poignant story that I intend to tell you.
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
That's a good place to leave it.
Let's leave it at that.
And it's really, really good.
It's really, really good. I mean, so we are going to spend a little bit of time focusing all the cameras on Mr. M here. We're gonna get that up and running. And then after we get done with that, then there's something I want to work on with Randy. Randy and I have been talking back and forth because he is of a very much scientific and analytical mind. And there's certain elements on my show, for example, like when we're in these mines and we find a certain type of a mineral or something else that I would love to dive in and become more scientific and more analytical on the topic, but because I can't because I'm too busy exploring the mine. We're going to be working with Randy's going to be putting something together with that. We'll have a spin off that direction. And
he's already got his own channel going. And my favorite part about working with Randy, because like he just showed up, just like we all did, and then the next thing we were all kind of like doing this.
Right.
But Randy's a good hand.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he's a good sport.
Yeah. He's fun to have around. He's a good hand. You all know Randy's new to the picture. Okay, he kind of came in late in the game in this summer. Well, actually, no, he's been here at least half the summer. Yeah. For the better part of the summer.
The cool thing is that you see him in the background. He's always like down, looking at something, or he'll be over against the wall, looking at it. And Gly will walk past, and Randy will be there going. And it's just because of his enormous curiosity for this geological wonderland that we get to snake our way through. I mean, it is so cool.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. He finds things in these mines that I wish we could spend more time on, but in my channel, I'm spending too much time exploring the mine, but I'd love to jump to some of that stuff.
Yeah,
and we're going to be working on something like that in the future. So, okay, so what do I have for you this weekend? So, you guys, a lot of you. Maybe not some of the new subscribers, but a lot of the long-term subscribers, you've seen the Sullivan Mine which was the one we just talked about a little while ago, the one with the 600-foot shaft all the way into the bottom. Now, when I put that one together, it was about 2 hours long, but realistically, there's an additional 37 more minutes that was cut from the theatrical version of that video.
So this would be, I guess, the director's cut.
This is the director's cut.
Nice.
So there's a whole lot more ladders. There's a whole lot more commentary while I'm climbing those ladders, and you guys will get to learn more about me because I'll give you an example of how incredible that mine was. There is a building in downtown Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, here, let me show it to you guys right here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, there's an image of well, back in the 70s, that was the first Wisconsin building. It's called something else now, but anyways, that building is 603 feet tall. That shaft I went in was 600 feet deep. So if you can imagine running 15 to 20-foot wooden ladders all the way down the side of that building, that's how deep I was down in the ground. So I had lots of time to talk and to have plenty of commentary as I worked my way down those ladders all the way to the very bottom of that mine. So when we're all done here, I want you guys to check it out because, yeah, you'll learn a little bit more about me. And
I talked him into doing it commercial free.
Commercial free, that's right. You can watch all 2 hours and 37 minutes of that mine uninterrupted.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
That was a good idea, Mr. M.
Thank you.
Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool. I mean, you know, monetization helps the channel out tremendously. I mean, that's what we use to buy all the fuel for our rigs. That's what we use to buy new equipment, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. But every now and then, you know, I realize some of you guys aren't going to sit through a 2 hour and 37 minute video.
I didn't.
Yeah. So feel free to fast forward through what you perceive as the boring parts, but if you want to watch, you know, whatever you want to do. That's what's cool about YouTube. Mm-hmm. Hey, if something starts getting a little boring, zip, go right to the edits or right to the bottom, whatever you'd like to do.
Right, but don't forget to watch it all the way to the end for the cool outtakes.
Yeah, did we have some? I'm going to think on that. Maybe there'll be the outtakes for this little. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
All right.
All right. Well,
I'm excited to go to Arizona, and
yep.
We're leaving here in 3 or 4 days. It'll take us a 3 days to get set up down there, so Gly's probably not going to be able to get a production out for 1 week. We're sorry.
Yeah, I think that's probably how it's going to play out, because I don't want to throw something out there that's kind of been put together, you know, quickly or haphazardly. I really want to just put all of my love and attention into the brand new, what's going to be the brand new opening sequence to the winter in Arizona exploring season. It's going to be really super cool. And so if the following Saturday comes along and there's not a video, no, I'm not lost in a mine shaft somewhere. We're just getting things set up for the whole big Arizona thing. Yeah,
and you know, honestly, Gly, thanks a lot for taking me with you on this, folks. Gly's really modest, but I got to tell you, you have to admit his production, his quality level of stuff that he's producing is fantastic. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
And it's only going to keep getting better. And here's why. And it's because of you guys.
Yep.
And I can't say thank you enough. My goodness. I mean, all of the fantastic support, the money in the tip jars, the merchandise, the buying eBay rocks, 100% of that goes right back into the channel, and that's why you have seen such a dramatic increase in production value of the videos over the last few months. It's because of you guys, because I committed myself when I started this channel. I said, and you've heard me say it in the past, 100% of all monies that this channel makes, either buy it from all of that stuff or from YouTube ad revenue, goes back into the channel so that I can produce better content for you guys. And the exciting thing that's coming up
is that he sticks with that so fervently that all the stuff that he's been producing has been on this potato of a computer.
A potato.
A potato. My laptop's better than his.
It is. He's got a laptop, and it's better than the computer I'm currently editing everything on. It's crazy.
But,
so let's put the potato aside for a second. The channel has finally raised enough money.
the potato goes in the front,
Yes,
Randy.
Randy, by the way.
Okay, go on, Gly.
Okay. The channel has finally produced enough money where I can build the editing computer that I've always wanted, and it is going to just skyrocket the production value of these videos.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to look a lot better.
Yeah, because, you know, I have all of these makeup and composites I can throw on Mr. M here, and yeah, because he's 3 shades of ugly right now.
Oh, boy. Oogly.
Oogly. Well, guys, the sun's going down, and the fire is almost going out. We need to throw another log. What do you say we kick back and enjoy ourselves the sunset?
Yeah, I'm going to roast a hot dog here in a minute.
Me too. I'm getting kind of hungry. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna cook up some franks and beans, and you guys are going to enjoy the director's cut of the Sullivan Mine. Have a good evening, guys. Take care.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
With only its surface structures explored and photographed by hundreds of people over the years, the Sterling Mine produced nearly $3 million worth of silver and gold from 1937 to 1943, and at one time was the state of Nevada's largest silver producer. With its 600-foot vertical shaft, this mine extracted and processed nearly 400,000 tons of ore via an on-site mill and cyanide leaching methods. Now, come with me on this epic descent as I take you to where no abandoned mine explorer has gone before, and I show you for the first time the hidden secrets and perilous journey into the very bottom of the Sterling Mine. Well, hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, I brought you guys to a location that I personally have been looking forward to documenting for a very long time. There's been a lot of YouTubers in this area that have done a fine job at documenting the surrounding area, the trestle, the head frame here, and all of the buildings around, but no one has ever went down into this mine. What I've got behind me here is a 600-foot vertical shaft with no drifts between this level and the 600. Then down on the 600, there's supposed to be a bunch of drifts with a whole bunch of collapse and another 300-foot decline with a skip car hiding down in there somewhere. All right, let's get started. All right, everybody, let's explore this old mine. Okay, so like within all of these vertical shafts, the ladders right here from the get-go are always the sketchiest.
So we got to be real careful on those, but here in Nevada, the ladders always tend to get better and better the deeper you go, but these few right here at the opening are always the worst. So, all right, come on down. The weather's fine. Now, before we get too excited here, we're going to need to put a little light on the situation. There we go. Oh, one more I want to turn on here. Okay. Alrighty. Well, looks like someone's been doing a fine job at dropping trash down here. Yeah, it's a little narrow through this spot, but it gets better here in a moment. Let's see if I can, there we go. Oh boy, there's spider webs all over the place. Okay, we've made it to our first terrace. Let's take a look and see what we have here. Well, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, that ladder's in decent shape. Give me just a second, guys. Let me get to one more terrace. There we go. Okay. Now, get past this skinny part. Get past all these spider webs. Here we go. Okay, guys, you can go ahead and come on down. The ladders are looking really nice. All right, I'm gonna get to a point here and show you. Let me show you what we have. So, first of all, this is where we're coming from, right there. Okay, as I shoot down, we've got a big black widow spider. Look at the size of that black widow right there. Let's see if I get a better picture of him. That's a good looking black widow spider right there. All right, now I've got other people coming behind me here, so I can't take all day. All right, now all right, this ladder here is kind of a stretch to get onto. Yeah, with a bunch of rocks that want to fall. Well, that's just par for the course. There we go. Looking good. Looking real good. Whew. Now, the thing that I'm concerned about always on these terraces is you see all of the debris I'm standing on here, okay, all that rock and whatnot. Well, of course, that's adding weight to the terrace, and then, you know, I come along and put another 200 pounds on it. Oh yeah. So that's definitely something to take into consideration. Now, what do we got here? Well, we're gonna have to, yeah, I just did a real good job of making a bunch of dust, but I had no choice. because I got to get this board out of my way here. Give me a second. See, I'm standing on this board. There we go. Kick that over there. Oh, much better. Okay. Yeah, I know you guys are like, don't ever put 2 feet on one rung. Well, you know, that's all great. Sometimes it's just, you just can't, you just have to. All right, well, I'm doing a little housekeeping here. Because, all right. Well, I got to get down to this next. There's there. All right, what do we have here? How is this one looking? Not too bad. That's still doable, but we're definitely coming into a debris field. Let's look down here. Oh yeah, lots of debris has fallen and ended up right there. Over the years, you know, people throwing stuff down here. The ladder's in nice shape. Oh yeah. Now, what do we have here? Oh, I see what's happened. Part of the collar has failed through this section. Right there. See? This whole side of the collar has failed. Right there. Okay, I'm going to show you guys where we came from. Right there. How's it looking, guys?
Yeah.
All right, just take your time.
Hey.
Nice and slow. Okay. Now for the difficult part. I got to figure out how to get around this debris field here. Yeah. Well, again, see, I'm going to have to do some more housekeeping here. I really don't want to throw anything down the shaft because I don't want to create any dust, but I think I'm going to have to here. I have no choice but to get rid of that board. Yeah. Yeah, I had to get rid of that board because otherwise it's going to fall on someone. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to take a moment. I got to try to navigate around this thing here. I'll see what I can do. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, see this obstacle I'm dealing with right here? The collar failed, and it all fell into this, and that's what's preventing me from getting to that next ladder because the collar boards have all broken and fallen against this ladder, so I can't just easily walk down to the terrace because I have all this debris on top of it. So what I'm going to have to do here, put my backpack down, and I've got to very carefully get around this. See how I'm doing this? So I can get to that. There. Okay, now I gotta fix a few things because that messed everything up here on my audio. Alrighty, now I should be able to put my backpack back on. Maybe if I change positions here. There.
This is going to be riveting footage of you putting your backpack on, Gly.
Yeah, this is
riveting.
Yeah, riveting.
You got one arm in.
Well, if I don't do it now, I won't be able to do it later. Okay. All right, guys. I got past the obstacle, so now I can keep taking you down the ladders. All right, so here's where we're going. I managed to get around that obstacle. Let me show you where I came from here. Right up there. And that's where that collar was busted. I would say we're probably about 125 to 150 feet down into this mine so far. The next thing I have to do now is get onto this next ladder. Let's see how I'm going to do that. That's safe. Oh, again, that's a really good ladder. Now if I can just keep knocking stuff on me. Yeah, I just keep getting showered by junk here. There we go. Okay. I'm on the next ladder. Ooh, that ladder is just all scabbed. Looking ugly. Oh, we may have a drift. We either have a drift here or a station. We'll find out here in a second. Yep, then we know that we're at 100 feet. Oh. All right. What do we have hiding in here? Well, first of all, let me carefully sneak over here. Oh, yes. We're at a station. Down here on the ground, there's a bunch of drill steel. Oh, goodness, there's drill steel just laying everywhere. Yeah, let's look up here. We got a little thing going off that direction. Let's peek up in there. Does that go anywhere? Nope. Just stops right there. Okay. Well, this is kind of nice. I was hoping for a drift because it kind of gives me a chance to take a break off those ladders. But yeah, we definitely have a drift going this direction.
Are you filming right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna film. There's a small drift right here. I'm gonna film, and then I'll be back on the ladders.
Does it look like that station you're at is a safe place for me to just hang out, or I don't want to stand here on this pile of dirt?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great place to hang out at this station.
Okay, I'm going to try to make my way down there while you're in there in the clear.
All right, 10-4. Okay, I got things figured out here. Let's continue on looking around this place. Anything up in here? Oh, we've got a newspaper. Right there. Okay. Let's see what we can find, huh? The Los Angeles Times. Oh, it's stock exchange information. And there's a date. Very nice. All right, let's see if I can get it. Oh, come on, I gotta try to get the camera on a little bit better there for you, folks. Okay. November 11th, 1936. Okay. Now, anything worth looking at up in this drift? Nope. Nothing hiding up in there. All right. Let's look up in here. Oh, here's an area that's slowly collapsing over time on its own. And what do we have up in here? Whew. So far, the weather in here is beautiful. It's in the 60s. It's not too hot. I'm not seeing anything. Nothing's hiding up in this drift. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the shaft, and we gotta still keep going down. We're only down 100 feet in a 600-foot shaft. Okay, everybody. Randy was brave enough to come on down to the 100 level here. It's not much of anything, but this is kind of a spot that he can hang out so we have better radio communications while I work my way.
Safety purposes.
Yeah, while I work my way down this next ugly stretch of ladders here. Well, I wouldn't say ugly. They're not looking not too bad. Right. But let's see, I got some... can you pull that big board back there? Mm-hmm. So that one doesn't fall down the shaft on me. I'll get this out of my way. Perfect. There you go. All right, let's show everybody where I'm kind of headed here. You're not going to see anything yet because we're only 100 feet down. Lots of dust. All right. Okay, let's see how I can navigate this next ladder here. There we go. Okay, working our way down. To the next terrace here. Anything on this landing? No, except for this big board that's in my way. So I gotta just temporarily set the camera down for a second while I get this one out of my way, because that ain't gonna work. Being's where it's at. See, what's happening here, guys, is so there's a rock that'll fall on my head right there. Get him out of the way. What's happening here is the collar is starting to fail, and those big logs, those big pieces are falling down the shaft, or down this manway. Ooh, that is a really ugly looking ladder there. I don't know. Oh boy. Uh-oh, I think we might be button hooked here. Well, if I get 1 foot there, I did it. Okay. Really hoping things start getting a little bit nicer. Nope, I can't go around that way. I gotta go this way. Ooh, big rock. Well, I'm glad I knocked that one down before it had a chance to get me on the head. Okay. Boy, this ladder is a hell of a lot longer than maybe 20 feet. At least it looks that way. More collar failing through this section. Yeah. Okay, what do we have here? Well, the first thing oh yeah, climbing in these places is really hard on equipment, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, problem solved. Now, let's head to this next one. Yeah, it's gonna be a big day for climbing ladders, huh? Wow. Yeah, I like the looks of this one much better. There we go. Yeah, now we're starting to get less and less stuff on these terraces. I'm really liking that, but look at this big rock. This big rock here, see, I'm gonna have to move that so it don't fall on me. Just like that one did. Now, let me show you guys something here on the collar. See over there, notice how the collar is splitting in a downwards fashion? Okay, that's because the collar itself has a lot of weight. And slowly over the years, it'll start to drop too. And that's why you're seeing those segments doing what they're doing like that. Now up above, the collar is held by a big concrete pad up there. But even that over time will settle. Oh yeah, okay, this is looking really good now. This is just a walk in the park here. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, that was a rock. Like, what in the world? Okay. Dust my camera off there. Okay. Oh boy. Shoot. Yeah, something's hit that ladder and broke it. Right there. See the scab on the side? See that scab? Boy, oh boy. I don't want that scab to break while I'm on it here. Well, the good thing about this is that's pretty stout. I'm gonna try to work my way around that scab and get my weight past it. There we go. Okay, that's better. There. I was able to get past that crazy part there. Yeah. All right. Now let's see what we have here. I think we're coming up on another. Yeah, I think we're coming up on another station. Nope. We don't want it in that mode. I know you guys like to see my pretty face, but that's not what I'm after here. I want you guys guys to see where I'm going. Again, another board, got to get out of the way. And I think we're coming up on the 200 level. Yep. Yep, we are definitely coming up on the 200 station of some kind. And there we are. All right, let's get over here safely on the 200. What do we have? Okay, well, it goes up that direction. Turning back around. What else do we have in here? Looks like something at one time went that way, but stopped. And of course, where we still need to go is all the way down there. Yeah, we're only 200 feet into this 600-foot shaft. Okay guys, I'll be back and we'll explore this drift and see what it's all about. Okay, let's take a closer look at the 200 level and what we have down here. We've got some graffiti. Excuse me, it's really hard to make out. "1938. Down here on the floor is what looks to be the top of an old lantern, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah. Okay. I do see some old footprints right here in the ground. Yep, I'm seeing boot prints. Let's see how extensive the 200 is. Now, according to the mine report, there wasn't supposed to be any drifts. So we've just proven that wrong now, haven't we? Okay, well, it looks like we've got the primary going off this direction. I thought I heard something collapsing. Let's look up here first. Rowiton Fresh Tips cigars. Right there. Well, that doesn't look very old. Oh, here's a neat little pocket. Oops. Right there. That they were chipping up into. Oh yeah, that's a pocket of well, I just hate it when the words don't come smoothly, you know? Barite. That's barite. All right, anything going on up in here? Nope, no need for me to go any further. That's as far as it goes. Okay, turning back around. Let's go down this, yeah, we're at the 202. Let's see what goes around the corner here. Oh yeah, I can see, look at this vein. Look at this pretty vein they're going after here. Oh, that's just a beautiful vein of barite. And that, guys, is what I had up on my eBay site a few weeks ago. Well, actually, by now it'll be technically a few months ago. Oh, there goes that crazy laser again. They have a tendency to turn on all by themselves when the batteries start getting low. That's why it's doing that. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Okay, we have a small drift going up this way. I'll take you guys up in here and show it to you. Again, down here on the floor, there's a beautiful chunky piece of barite right there. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I know you guys are saying, grab a specimen. Well, that means I have to add even more weight going back up those ladders. And I'm sure I can find a specimen for you somewhere topside. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. Turn it back around. What do we have here? Well, we have a bunch of material that came down from, what is it, a raise? Yeah, and we've got something going off that direction and something to the right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's go look up here first, shall we? Yep. More barite. Big vein of it. Wow. Okay. Now, let's get over here past this thing, this small collapse. And okay, we'll see what we have up here. We have an area that was shored up and timbered, and it has now all failed. Yeah, most likely this all came down with earthquake activity. All right. Okay, I am going to head back to the shaft because we have another 400 feet to go, if possible. I'll see you back there. Okay, I'm back here at the shaft. Now it's time to go down another 100 feet to the next drift level. All right. I have another ladder. Let's see how I'm going to get off to that. There. So I guess now is a good time to talk to you guys about why I don't use ropes in these types of situations. Well, the first thing is we're in a Nevada mine, and oftentimes the infrastructure of the ladders in these places is pretty darn good the deeper you go. Now, you have to remember that if you're going to be using rope, that means you're going to be spending more time on the ladder than what would typically be necessary, because you have to weave and wind that rope all the way down through this manway. That means more time on the ladders, more kicking up dust, etc., etc. Now we have a problem here. The collar snapped right there, and it used to be tied into that ladder, but now it's completely busted right here on top. Darn it. Now this is a situation. See, I gotta stay away from this shaft because if I were to get over any more to the left, that risks a fall down the whole shaft. I'm holding on to this other ladder. Well, it's nailed in there pretty good, and that's pretty darn good too. There. Now, I'm going to hold on to that piece of cribbing. Well, actually, that's not cribbing, that's collar. Anyways, that's why I don't use rope. I've got really good handholds, and what I'm doing is I'm holding on to the rail of the ladder instead of the rungs. So if one of these snaps, I can catch myself. Okay, what do we have here? See how that ladder looks fantastic. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna hold on to this compressor pipe while I go a little lower here. Oops. Well, except for that big rock. All right. Well, you know, it's better to kick them off now than have them kick off later on your head. So anyways, as I was saying, I did a lot of free climbing in my younger day, and where, you know, you don't use ropes and free climbing, and I'm really comfortable with my skills in doing this. But I fully understand why a lot of people wouldn't be, and that's why they would never attempt such a feat without the use of a rope. And that's fine. I've got nothing against that. All right. Okay, again, next one. Let me get my handhold here. There we go. Now my other goal while I'm doing this is I'm trying really hard not to touch anything more than just the ladders and terraces, because I know full well that if this collar was to fail while I'm in here, that would be a really big problem. All right, what do we have here? Now if I can just get one foot. Oh boy. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm gonna take a break a moment. I'll be right back. Continuing on down to the 400 is what we're doing now. I'm going to be in this mine for quite a few hours. I fully expect a battery change eventually. There we go. See what we have down on this one. Yeah, that one's looking just as good as the other one. there's an area where, let me show it to you guys. See how this collar, yeah, that's busting and all coming in here. See, that's what I don't want coming down on me in this place. More so because of the amount of dust it would kick up if it did. Well, I can tell that that people has been throwing stuff down this shaft for years and years and years. Let's get that board. They throw stuff down the shaft, and then what it does is it just kind of bounces around and ends up on all these terraces. Now this ladder is a lot shorter. Yeah, we must be getting into yeah, see how they changed the collar here? Now they're stacking the wood right up on top of each other. One 2x12 on top of the next, on top of the next. That's because we're in a very loose section of the mine. It wants to come in. And over time, that's what happens in these mines. Is little by little, the collar pinches in, eventually fails, sealing off the shaft forever. So Randy and Mr. M have decided that this is a little bit too crazy for their comfort. So as far as I know, I still have Randy on the 100 level, but Mr. M, he went back outside. And that's fine. The one thing I never do with abandoned mine exploring is I never pressure anybody into doing something that they're not comfortable with. Okay. We really should be coming darn close to the 300 drift, if there is even one. So we've got a lot of ladders to climb today, which gives me a lot of time to talk to you guys. I really do appreciate your support. And I can tell that you really enjoy the content because we got about 10,000 new subscribers in just 30 days, and that's just fantastic. Here we've got fortunately a dead pack rat right there. Yeah. Let's get him out of the way. Wow. "600 feet of ladders is going to take me quite a while climbing back up and out of this mine. Whoa, that nail just let loose. top rung nail just snapped. The whole ladder's moving on me. Okay. What's this one look like? Well, that one looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see what's in the bottom of this. Like I was saying, I've been wanting to do this mine for a very long time. But I've been building myself up to it as far as health-wise, because I know that when it comes time to climb 600 feet and back up, that's going to be a real chore for me. Boy, I sure wish I was at another drift level right now. I think I'm going to go down to that next terrace there and take a break. Take another drink of water. Gotta stay hydrated, otherwise you get cramp up. There we go. Whew. Wow, talk about a descent into the depths of hell here. Well, okay. I think I can get to this next level. Let's go another one. Maybe there's a drift down here. Nope, no drift here either. Here's a short spot. That we have to try to navigate right there with a board. Oh, goodness. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a break a second. I'll be right back. Okay, back again. Yep, I took a break. Got some of the sweat out of my eyes. Now, what do we have going on here? Well, there's another board that's fell. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Let's see here. Yeah, I have to move that over here. That's better. So it doesn't fall on my head. Then there's this big rock right on the ladder. Let's get him out of there. Well, let's see. Holy moly. That's a long ways down. I'd say we got 300 more feet to go by the sound of the rock the rock just made. Yep. All right, we got a real skinny area here. Shoot. that I'm not going to be able to do with my backpack on. Give me just a moment, guys. Yeah, you can see I'm really working up a sweat in here. Goodness, I need a towel. Okay, let's see how I can do this. Well, for now, let me just point the camera up until I get through this stretch. There we go. There we go. Now I can grab my... There. Let me get down to this next terrace here. That's better. Can I stand on that without it busting? Yeah, I sure can. Okay, give me a second here. Put my backpack back on. I can't hold a camera and a backpack at the same time. There's a drift. Finally we got ourselves a drift station. Very good. I'm gonna get to see if it's at 300 or 400. I'm gonna say it's 400. Because I think we went at least another 200 feet into this. Never before recorded on YouTube, huh? All right, let me get over here. Very nice. Okay. We've got just a giant drift going off that direction. My goodness, this room is 20 feet wide and 12 feet tall. Okay. Turning around. We've got another drift over here. Definitely looks like powder storage off that direction. But I'm gonna take a moment, catch my breath, get everything readjusted, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, let's look around here, see what we can see. There's where we just came from. That right there is the safety bar that would swing down to keep you from falling into the shaft. Somebody wrote on that board there, it says Egan, and they were down here in 2004. All right, what I want to do next is, I'm keeping a close eye on false floors, but I want to go over here and explore what looks to be a big dynamite magazine right there. Absolutely. They even had a little door within a door. That's kind of neat. Does it say anything on this side? No. All right, what do we have hiding up in here? Any slee stack? Yeah, you newer generation, you don't know what that is. back in the 70s, they had a show called Land of the Lost. That was a lot of fun to watch when I was a kid. What do we have here? Looks like at one time it was some shelving of some sort. There's a whole bunch of wax paper laying on the floor from dynamite boxes. And up there is some vent pipe, a lot of scrap wood, and the large sized carbide container right there. Okay, well, I'm not gonna crawl across all of that debris. Down here on the floor, we have someone's notes. Just a bunch of numbers. 125, 151, 195. Yeah. Notes of something or another. It could be inventory of dynamite. That's what we could have up here, all these little pieces of paper. His receipts. No. Well, a lot of warning type stuff came packed in the dynamite boxes. Here is a, well, that's a tobacco tin. Oh yeah, it's Prince Albert. It is Prince Albert. Okay. Well, I'm looking for something that'll give us a number as to what level we're on. Are we 300, 400, 500? What are we? Okay. Let's go up in here and look around. Boy, for a mine that's not supposed to have any drift levels between the surface and 600 level, they sure got that wrong, didn't they? I'm just kind of scanning the camera around. If I see something interesting, I'll point it out to you, but right now all I'm really seeing is a bunch of debris. Nothing too interesting. And I'm looking out for dynamite, of course. Okay. Now this either could be another powder magazine or this could be an air door. Let's get in behind and see what we can see. No, they were definitely mining this section because there's cross ties on the floor. They used to have rail here. Yeah, if you see my little green laser come on, that little green dot, that's what it is. The batteries are dead and it keeps turning on all by itself. What do we have here? Some sort of miner's graffiti. All right, and off to my left, a self-portrait. And I'm looking at the rock around me, and it sure does look like rhyolite. No one's been up in here in a very long time. Although I am seeing boot prints from those people from probably 2004 who used to own this mine. I'm guessing anyways. Not seeing a lot of earthquake damage or anything like that. Just a nice hard rock mine going back in here. And now here we've got a little bit of sulfur type material coming out. That's what all the yellow is. It's sulfides coming out of the rock. Yeah, I'd say it's probably about 65 degrees right now. It is a little bit damp through this section. I can feel it in the air. Okay. Okay, what's we have here? Oh, big area now. Big and dark. So you get into these dark areas. No matter how bright my lights are, it just gobbles that up. Down here on the floor, it looks like it was looks like they were using these boards as a grizzly, but that might be like a winds right there. All right, let's see if I can. It doesn't go down very far. It could be all just chocked full of debris. All right, what do we have here? So the drift keeps going off to the right, and we've got one going off to the left here. I'll tell you what, I think what I want to do is just stay on the primary. Down here here was a big bucket of carbide, and now the air has gotten to it and it's completely corroded and rusted. All right, well, let's look over here first. Yeah, looks like they did a whole bunch of shoring. They shored up this area and now it's completely failed. This area too, again, it's completely failed. Although it does look like it might go off that direction. Okay, we might come back and take a closer look at that. Now what do we have up here? Yeah, they had this, look here, they had this all timbered at one time. And now it's completely failed. But it looks pretty safe. I think I can safely get around this. Adjust my lights here. Yeah, look at all the rotten wood on the ground. There's another old carbide container. Goes up that way and stops. There's a whole bunch of muck sheets laying on the floor here that I'm walking on, and it goes right there and stops. Okay, let me get my feet under me here. Let's look up here. And it doesn't go anywhere there. Okay, that's going to be it for this section, but I can see why they chased it up this direction. Let me slowly pan around here and show you guys the vein. Right there. There's the vein of silver. That right there. That's about 2.5 feet across. And it's all galena. There's silver, because that's what this is. This is a silver mine. All right. Let's get off of this sketchy stuff. And see what else we have up here. Now we're headed back over to where the back of the mine failed. Right there, see? All this came down on its own. Boy, oh boy. This is really soft. Yeah. And at one time, it does kind of go up that direction. But nope, I'm not going to get underneath that stuff. That's all coming down off the back. Yeah, nope, I'm going to pass on that, guys. Because I'm the only person down here And it's not like we can just walk out of this mine via a horizontal haulage at it. I still have hundreds of feet of ladder I have to climb up, so I cannot risk getting injured. Okay, what's over here? Oh, just lots of, look at this beautiful barite ore flake in here. Look at that, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? What a beautiful silver mine this is. Okay, well, let's keep following this direction. See what's hiding up in here. There's another carbide container here. Looks like at one time there was a table. Now it's completely rusted. Off to my right, we have some graffiti. 1936. And all right, we have maybe at one time there could have been a stope here and this was an ore pass. Now all of this material has slowly come down over time. I think we can, yeah, this rock is looking, this looks pretty stable. I think we can safely get around this without it causing a problem. There we go. What do we have up in here? Oh, okay. Carbide container, and this is the section that they were working. This would be on the opposite side where we just saw that collapsed material. And at one time, yeah, this is going to be an ore pass going down to our lower levels, definitely right here. So we are at the top part of an ore pass, or top part of a big chute. Okay guys, I'm going to work back to the shaft. I'm going to make a decision whether I'm going to keep on going in this mine. So I'll see you back there. Okay guys, I am back here at the ladders, and it would seem as though I've got at least another, probably 200 to 300 feet left to go. But I gotta see if I can safely get onto this next ladder. This is looking pretty ugly here. There we go. Yeah. There. Okay. Let's keep on going. Now it's there. There we go. Okay. Very good. Well, I was much happier with those other terraces. These here, I only got one board to stand on. See that? All right. Well, I'm going to say that was probably the 400 level. I didn't find any spray paint or anything on the ribs or anything to indicate that it was. But I looked all over, but I'm going to say we've got 200 more feet to go to get to the bottom of this mine. Yeah. Oh, this sure is nice. I like that. This is pretty darn cool. So, while I'm working this next 200 feet here, oh boy, maybe, oh goodness, this will give me another opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. Some of you don't know who I am and why I started this YouTube channel. So, about 3 years ago, I ended up getting colon cancer. And, of course, they had to go in. I had a lot of surgeries. They took out about 10 inches of my sigmoid colon. And, of course, it metastasized through the walls of the bowel. So I had to have a considerable amount of tissue taken out. And of course, after that, there's a broken ladder right there. Of course, after that, I had to have chemotherapy, which was really a pain in the butt. It caused a lot of problems for me. And ultimately what it ended up doing is it ended up giving me terrible neuropathy. And oh, darn it, I hit the gimbal. There we go. So anywho, so what I live with on a daily basis is really bad neuropathy that goes from my feet to my sciatica. And I noticed, because I was doing a lot of sitting around because it hurt so bad, I was really putting on the weight and the neuropathy wasn't getting any better. So I said to myself, hey, you're already taking a camera around with you on some of your adventures. You know, what I'm trying to say is I'm using mine exploring as kind of physical therapy, if you will. And it's really worked well. 3 years ago, I could hardly walk 100 yards, and now look at what I'm doing. Not to mention, 3 years ago, I could hardly speak because the chemo gave me chemo brain, and I was stuttering and stammering, and I couldn't keep a sentence to save my life, you know. But I got angry and I said, this is not how I want my life to go. And that's why I started doing this. And that's kind of my story. And I'm really having a lot of fun taking you guys to these places. Boy. So as you can imagine, when it comes time for me to, well, if I don't drop this thing or get it out of my way, this is definitely going to land on my head. So I don't want to drop it down the shaft. It's going to make a whole bunch of dust. I gotta set the camera down for a second, guys. I've got a piece of vent pipe here that someone threw down the shaft a long time ago. There. There we go. Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want that falling on my head. Dusty. All my camera equipment's getting full of dust. Okay, down the next ladder. Well, this is definitely the deepest shaft that I have ever went down in my 35-year, I wouldn't call it a 35-year career, but I would say my 35 years of doing this as a hobby. So, well, I'm just gonna continue on down and try to get to the next drift or get to the bottom of this mine. So if I find something cool along the way, I'll be sure to show it to you. Okay guys, I do believe we've reached the bottom of this mine. We're at another station here. Now, heading back over to the shaft, let me show you something. Yep. See what we have here? There, let me try a little bit better to show you. Okay, this is a sump. And this right here is all the stuff that's ever been thrown down this mine shaft all of these years. Look at all of that debris right there. Okay, I'll try to get a little bit better look at it for you. Yep, that's the sump, and it is completely filled in with debris. So indeed, we are at the 600 level. So what do we have down here? Well, looks like we've had some visitors back in 1995. There's a lot of graffiti. Someone here was down in here back in 04. Off to this direction, we have this room in pencil mark up on the wall here. It says, let's see if I can find a better light to shine on that. Maybe you guys can make that out. Anyways, 1 bell for hoist, 3 bells for the 300, 2 bells to lower to the 440, etc., etc., is what all of that reads. Okay. Down here we have a rack with piles and piles of drill steel. There is a full can of Arizona iced tea, which I will be drinking. I don't care if it is from 2004. There's some jack legs right there. 2 jack legs. Now in this room, above it says lighted lamps are not allowed in this room. But look at all of the visitors. 1960, 1959, More 59. I'm just gonna kind of slowly pan this so you guys can read all of the graffiti. 1950, 69, 60, 59. Tonopah Jack was in here in 51. And Bill Moore is a butt miner. Whatever that means. There is a little door right here. Oh, that just opens up to expose the shaft. Okay. Let's look out here. Lots of graffiti. There's something from 43. There is a portrait of a horse. And it looks like it reads Nightmare. 2 horses are up there. Anything else? More graffiti off this way. Now we're back in 1943, 1940. There's someone's face. Now before I go down to the big drift here, let's first take a quick peek this direction and see if there's anything interesting hiding up and over this bulkhead. Ooh, there's a really old bottle right down in there, but I can't get to it without doing a lot of climbing. Okay, turning back around. Now, let's look at this shaft one more time. That's where I came from. 600 feet down in the earth. One more time, let's look down. Looking down this shaft, I don't see any bodies. Nope. But I can tell Randy's up there kicking dirt. I can see dirt falling down the shaft. Anything hiding down there, any bodies? Everybody always says, if you found any bodies in the bottom of them shafts, well, I look every time I go into one. Nothing hiding around this corner. All right. So here we are, and it's so large. I'll try to get my light in there. That's how big of an area we're dealing with. It's at least 30 feet wide through this section. The drift down there is again another 20 something feet and 10 to 12 feet high. Oh, and down here is a box completely filled with railroad spikes for spiking the rail down to the cross ties. Okay guys, I'm gonna do a couple things to the camera here. I'll be right back and we're gonna head into this drift. Okay, let's explore the 600. First of all, let's shoot all the way up in there, see what we have. Yep, I can see a possible air door or something. Wow, there's just graffiti everywhere. Down in here. But the air feels really, I mean, it's fresh. Look at how the rust, you can see how it's completely destroying the rail right here. Look at that pile of rust eating the rail. Here's the door. This was probably an air door at one time. Okay.
Okay, so like always, if you know, we get back in here and my O2 meter goes off, we're gonna have to retreat. But I can tell just by breathing, I'm not having any, I'm not struggling. The air is cool and crisp. It is stale, for sure. Now here we've got a whole bunch of, look at the zinc snow stalactites right there. That one there is probably 8 inches long. Isn't that pretty? And I don't want to touch them. They break off super easy. Wow, this is a nice big passage. It's 5 feet across on the floor, and again at least 12 feet tall. Now somewhere up in here is going to be a winze or a decline shaft that goes down another 300 feet. This is just super duper. And the footprints from all them old explorers are still down in here. All right, what do we have here now? So we'll start off to this side. Dynamite boxes. Continues off that direction. Oh, okay, we've got a, there's an oxygen tank right there. That looks like an old acetylene tank right there. What's up in here now? Carbide tin. Trying to think of the name of that thing. A resistor, I believe that's what you guys called it. We saw a much larger one in that mill site. Phosphate, calcium, there's somebody's vitamins right there. Vitamins and a jar of mayonnaise. Oh, look here, okay. No admittance. And I can clearly see why. Look at the, look at how this has completely failed here. Yeah. Yeah, darn. That's completely caved in. There's a bench down there where the miners could sit and take a break. Here's a big gear. Makes me wonder if this is where that 300-foot decline is. A bucket filled with parts and pieces and pipe fittings. Okay. All right. Here's someone's coat. Is it a, oh, it's a leather jacket. Yeah. Let me prop it up and show it to you guys. Yeah. A leather coat. Okay. All right, we've got a drift going that direction. One going straight, another one up there turning to the left. What do we have hiding here? Oh, reel upon reel upon reel of, that's what the safety fuse, or you guys might know it as blasting fuse, came wrapped around.
There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spools. 7 old spools of it there. There's a dynamite box. What's left of it? DuPont, 1937. 45% strength. Awesome. Okay, what else do we have in here? Down here on the floor is, I'm not sure what was in that jug. That looks like an old canteen. Let me look here. Yeah, that's what that is. I believe that's someone's old canteen. And see how the belt would wrap around it there? That's cool. All right, what's over here? Oh, I can see right now I'm going to have to do a battery change out. So I'm going to take a break a second and I'll be right back. Okay guys, back again. Yep, I had to change out some batteries. That's why everything was looking really dark and dingy. No sense in making my way all the way down to the 600 level, not to give you guys a nice view of the mine with good, crisp, clean images. Anyways, I went over here to that table. That's where I did all my battery changed out, and I glanced over here back at that tank, and I said, I wonder if there's still oxygen in there. And indeed there is. Yep, so if we run out of air, we know where to come. Okay, so let's head back to kind of where we just were. Now that things are much brighter, anyways. There's the place I was just showing you with the spools, the safety fuse. Before we continue on up that direction, I think what I'm going to do is go to the right. There is a cyanide barrel that's been repurposed. Nope, they did not use cyanide down in the mine. Here is a accumulator. And what do we have over here? There was a door. Oh yeah, that was the wax paper insert that was in a box of dynamite. Still has all of the sawdust in it. More down there. There's a whole bunch of pieces and parts of plumbing and whatnot for compressor lines. There's a dynamite box that's been reused to hold all of those pieces and parts. Oh, look at this beautiful piece. Look at this. Look at that beautiful piece of barite. Oh, wouldn't that sure would be a nice, that is a beautiful specimen, guys. Isn't that something? Okay, oil can. Right there. All right, what do we have up in here? This was a nothing inside of it. So you can tell there's been people down in here looking for goodies, because they see stuff and then they let it sit just like this. Here's some cutting and drilling oil right there. That's what that is. Okay. Alrighty. Wow, just look at this. Another accumulator. Now I can tell by the dust on the floor that at one time there was a big collapse down in here. What is that? Hold on, I see something off to my right. Look at, there's a wooden barrel filled with, you know, I'll bet that's lye. I'll bet it is.
But the wooden barrel's pretty neat looking. And the reason I say I bet that's lye is because right here is a honey pot. General Chemical Company. You guys can probably read that better than me. Is there any nuggets? Any nuggets hiding in the honey pot? No. That's what it was. Here's an accumulator. Oh, would you look at that? There is an old bottle of Blatt's beer. A glass bottle of Blatt's. Yeah, you don't see that anymore. Blatt's went out of business. I think it was sometime in the 80s. That was a popular beer in the 70s. My dad drank a lot of that. All right, what do we have here? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, my memory card ran out. So I'd take a second there and change a couple of batteries and slap in a new memory card. Hey, you know we're in a big mine when you fill up a 64 gig card. Well, now I know where all the dust came from. Yeah, this area completely failed right here. So we're not getting up into that part of the mine. And you notice, you see when it failed, that's where all this dust came from that's on the floor. Just a big whoosh. All right, so past the honey pot and the accumulator. There's some writing on there, but it's really hard to make out. Now we've got to head down this direction. So everything to the left has failed. It's all collapsed. And this has too, over the years. See that stall there, just holding that up while all of this other stuff came down on its own. Yeah, here's a... So remember when we were up at that last level and I said, yeah, that's probably the top of an ore bin or an ore chute or an ore pass? Okay, well, right now this is directly below it, and that's where we're at. Okay, let's see if we can safely get up and around this. There we go. So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of searching for that next level, that 300-foot winds or decline. Yeah, this is just all flaking badly off the ribs on this side here. Yikes. But there you can clearly see the vein. There's the vein of silver. And barite. All right, what do we have here? Another door. And you can see what has come down from the seismic activity over the years. That's natural. The trick is not to have any of that come down while I'm in here, right? Alrighty. Now where does this go? Well, if we've got rail going this direction, maybe we'll get to that winds. Looks like this was a workstation here. Wow, just loaded with artifacts. Yeah, I'm looking everywhere. I'm looking in the barrels, seeing if we can't find anything neat down in here.
Look at this old, that's a toolbox, and with a makeshift strap on it. Here's some little shelves. I don't know, these are just little boxes, maybe drawers that used to fit up into this thing here. Here's another one. That coffee can is full of something or another. Not sure. And a jar. Now around the corner here, look at all of the rolls of safety fuse, the empty rolls up in there, and a lot of vent pipe and whatnot. Okay. Turning around again. There's a date of 1950. The whole side of the mine gave way right here. This all failed. Busted that timber. Yikes. Let's get away from that. Okay. And indeed, the mine keeps on going up in there. It also goes this direction. What's up in here? Somewhere up above us is a false floor. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I see what's going on here. This is what's left of an ore chute. See? There's the lift gate right there. Oh boy, there is just a ton of stuff right through this section. Oh, I don't want to touch anything. Yikes. Yeah, I'm looking up in there. I don't know, guys. That is really, this whole thing is failing. Okay. Well, maybe if I'm careful and I don't touch nothing. Here we have some graffiti. Yeah, this is really dangerous here. That's why I'm talking softly. This whole section is getting ready to fail. Just like it did on the other side of the mine. And being 600 feet down in this, that's pretty unnerving. What do we have over here? Well, I'm just treading lightly like a little church mouse through here. Yeah, see this stuff? It's just super duper flaky. Look at the pressure on that. Look at the pressure here. See how that's compressed? How much further does this go? Oh wow. Yeah, now I know why it's failing, because just like that, instantaneously, there is a whole bunch of moisture. I just got hit in the face with a bunch of moisture. The mine keeps going that way, and we have something that's drifting off this direction. Here's those things that dangle off the back of the mine that look like moss or roots, but they're not. What's up in here? Oh, big. A room full of ore chutes. 3 of them. There's a shovel. A sign that says chute number, but I can't read the number right there. Okay. And it goes up that way too. See how all that's flaking off there? This entire area here of chutes is starting to fail. There's a dynamite box there. Okay. And it keeps on going that direction. Yeah, I'm not going up into there. Nope, there's too much stuff coming down off the ribs. All right. Okay, now look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. Look at how all this is just busting and failing. Get around that stall. Well, the theory is whatever was going to fail over the last 50 to 80 years has probably already done so. I'm on a false floor here. Yeah. Okay. Off to my left, there's something that goes down here. What is this? Yep, there's a winze, but it looks like it might stop right there. Okay. Now turn it back around. Oh my gosh, it's really hard to get up in here and not touch anything. But once I get past this one section, I think I'll be okay. Yeah, I just need to get past. Oh, I can definitely tell this came down with earthquake activity. Okay, look at this beam here. That's all busted. Yeah. I'm still seeing people's footprints on the ground. But this stuff here has all come down since the last time anybody was in here. Yeah, it sure has. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is really super duper cool, but mega dangerous. Okay, let's see if I can get around this without a big slab of rock falling on me. Look at that beam. Oh my gosh. Yeah. If that thing snapped, we'd be in big trouble. Big trouble. Okay, I'm in here. What do we we have a looks like a container for holding maybe lamp fuel. Yeah, everything above my head here is just twisting and bending. It reads up there, new stope. Chute number 1. Look how that's just hanging there. Oh my God. Okay. Let's see if I can get around this. Okay. Chute 3. Chute 4. Chute 5. What is that? Not sure. And up here by, well, that says chute 1. Well, let's look up in there. Oh my gosh. No way. Nope. That's where I draw the line, guys. That's completely failing. We're not getting up in there. Okay. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna keep the camera rolling, and so if anything crazy happens, we'll catch it on camera. Gosh, let's hope not. Let's get around this sketchy area. There's a sign that says emergency exit. Yep, so indeed, just like the report said, there's lots of areas of this mine that are completely collapsing, and that's exactly what I'm seeing here. Look at this old wood barrel. Nothing in it. You guys have told me that chances are those little barrels like that, they had nails in them. This is what really concerns me here, is that, and how that's breaking right there. Now, let's get out of this section as fast as possible. Okay, I made it. All right. Yeah, I'm glad I'm taking you guys along with me, because this is looking even more sketchy on the way back than it did on the way in. But, you know, here you can see that vein right there. This is what they're working. Okay, now we gotta get around this little section. We're almost to safety. Wow, look at the size of that rock and how it's starting to cleave off of the ribs there. It ain't gonna take much for that to come down. Yeah, you might say my adrenaline is up a little bit. Okay, let's get out from under that. Oh, I like the air in this section is much nicer. That's because we're getting closer to the shaft. Okay, one last little sketchy section to get through here. There we go. Okay, now this is the last little nasty part here we got to get through. Yeah. Oh, I hope this doesn't come down on me. Oh, get me out of here. There we go. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was yeah, I came out of the sketchy part only to look up and read that. Yeah, thanks for watching over me. All right, so we're back here at the tool station again. Okay, I'm gonna maybe take 5 or 10 minutes here, try to shake off some of the adrenaline, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, yeah, I had a chance to take a break and settle my nerves a bit. We're back in that area where the accumulator was and the honey bucket. Over here, that can reads 200 level on it. And like I said, that's a repurposed cyanide container. They didn't use cyanide in the mine, but I wanted to show you this one more time. This just gorgeous specimen of barite right here. Yeah, I'm not going to go all the way down to the 600 level without bringing back one of you guys, a really nice specimen from the deep down in the bowels of this mine. So I'm going to throw this one in the backpack. I think one of you guys out there would really enjoy that. So head on over to the eBay site. It's down there in the description area of my channel's videos. Click on the link and it'll take you right over to Hidden Treasures Abound. That is my eBay site. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'm going to take that one. That's just gorgeous. But I do not take artifacts from mines. That is a no-no. Oh, I just noticed something here. Yeah. You guys may have seen it before, but I just noticed it right now. There's a stick of dynamite right there. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the last thing I'd want to do is blow off a toe or a foot and still have to climb 600 feet of ladders with a tourniquet. Because down in these mines, search and rescue will not come after you. Nope, you have to self-rescue if you get into any kind of trouble. And I would want it that way. I don't want somebody else risking their life trying to rescue me. Okay, I'm gonna head on back to the shaft and we have to make a decision from there. So I'll see you over there. Okay guys, I'm back over here at the 600 station. So I did take about 10 minutes to look around a little bit more, see if I can find some other interesting artifacts that I haven't already showed you. I really didn't find anything other than maybe a little bit more graffiti from the 30s and 40s. So here's what we've got. Right behind me is the shaft. And then the drift that we just went up to is right here in front of me. It went up and it teed to the left and teed to the right. To the right is where we just came from, where all of that cribbing and bracing was all falling down into the area of the ore chutes. And seeing all those ore chutes makes perfect sense, because when we were back up on that
drift above us here, and we went into it. Remember when we saw those I was calling them ore passes? Well, from that point, we were at the top of all of those ore chutes, and down here at the 600, we're at the base, and that's where they were bringing all the ore over here to the shaft and up and out of the mine. Now, the report said that there was another 300-foot winds or decline somewhere down here on the 600 level. I would imagine that probably used to exist up that direction and off to the left, but that whole entire thing collapsed over there, and it completely sealed off any access to the that extra 300 feet deeper into this mine. So with that, there's no other choice but to do, you know what? I gotta pack up my gear and climb back up 600 feet of ladders. I don't know who left this green tea down in the mine, probably from either 94 or 2004, but it's just as good as the day it was made. I appreciate it very much. Okay, so with that, yeah, I will, I'll get back with you guys when I get topside, and I'll see you up there where the sun shines. Okay, I'll see you up there. Okay, everybody, back outside, safe and sound. I would say that probably took me, I'm thinking about an hour and a half to get back out of that mine. What I did is every 20 feet or every stretch of ladders, I just took a break, and I never looked up. That's the thing about these places. You never look up. All right, well, I really do appreciate y'all coming along with me for this just fantastic explore. Like I said, I've been wanting to get into this one for a long time, just because I knew it was a really good challenge, and I know for a fact that no other YouTuber has been down in this mine. So with that, thanks again for coming along, and I will see you again next weekend. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.